I woke before the morning light. The room was quiet, nothing changed, but something settled in my chest, like hearing someone say my name. The coffee cooled beside the sink. I stood there looking through the glass. The hills were only in my mind, still somehow they were looking back. The mountains are calling again, not with a voice I understand, just that old feeling in my bones, like someone's been saving my place. I don't know how they always know when it's been a little too long. The mountains are calling again. And somehow it feels like home. I've tried to fill the weeks with noise, the little things that need to get done, but every road begins to bend toward places I can't quite outrun. It's strange to miss a silence, a trail of breeze and open sky, as if the stones remember me better than I remember. Why? Maybe some places never leave, they just wait without asking when, until one quiet morning comes and you start walking there again. The mountains are calling again, yeah, 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 yeah. Not with a voice I understand, yeah, 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 yeah. Just that old feeling in my bones, like someone's been saving my place. I don't know how they always know when it's been a little too long. The mountains are calling again. Like I was never really gone.
The light stayed on a little while, and the mirror growing small. One more traffic light turned green, and there wasn't one at all. I cracked the window just enough to let the cooler air roll in. Funny how a quieter road can settle louder things within. Nothing happened all at once. Became a mile at a time. I left the noise behind me somewhere after the last turn. The world didn't change its mind, it just stopped trying to be heard. The farther that I drove, the less I needed to explain. I left the noise behind me, and the silence knew my name. A field, a weathered barn, telephone wires in a line. The radio was still turned off, it felt better than I thought I'd find. I wasn't looking for a thing, just letting one more mile go by, like shaking dust from an old coat without even wondering why. Maybe peace is something simple, a road with no one else around, a place where even your own thoughts don't have to make a sound. I left the noise behind me somewhere after the last turn. The world didn't change its mind, it just stopped trying to be heard. The farther that I drove, the more the morning opened up. I left the noise behind me before I even noticed it. The trail got quiet after a while, just boots and little stones. The things I carried all week long didn't seem to come along. I stopped to lean against a tree, watch the valley far below. It looked so still from where I stood, like it had nowhere left to go. I didn't leave those thoughts behind, they just couldn't keep this pace. There's something in this thin air that makes the small things fade. Not because they disappear, they just don't ask to be carried. I came up here with too much weight. Somewhere along the way, the sky got a little wider, and the rest could wait. Vanished past the pines. I couldn't tell you what I thought, only that I wasn't trying. The wind pulled softly at my sleeve, like it knew I'd stay a while. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't counting every mile. Oh, maybe nothing really changed. The world was still the same below. I just found a place where every thought didn't have to follow. There's something in this thin air that makes the small things fade. Not because they disappear, they just don't ask to be carried. I came up here with too much weight. Now my hands are hanging free. The sky got a little wider, and that was enough for me. The trail begins beside a gate, worn smooth by years of passing hands. I set my backpack on the ground and take a look before I can. There's no rush in the morning light. The trees don't seem to mind. I stand there longer than I need, like I'm waiting for a sign. Not because I'm unsure, just because this moment matters too. Before the first step finds the trail, before the trail finds me, there's a quiet kind of knowing I can't put into words. Nothing's happened yet, but somehow everything has changed. It always starts right here, before the first step. A breeze moves through the taller grass. The leaves begin their easy talk. I smile without a reason why, and finally start to walk. The world is just the world again, a path, a stone, a bending tree. But something soft has settled in before there's even been a mile. It's funny how the heart can leave a little sooner than your feet. Maybe that's why coming here always feels so complete. Before the first step finds a trail, before the trail finds me, there's a quiet kind of knowing I can't put into words. Nothing's happened yet, but somehow everything has changed. The journey always starts before the first step. Sunlight slips between the leaves. I don't think about much at all, just where the next few footsteps lead. A little breeze, a robin song, the smell of pine after the rain. Somewhere along this quiet path, my mind stopped holding on so tight. I didn't notice when it changed. It happened one step at a time. That's all I really know. Things I couldn't put down yesterday don't seem to follow anymore. Nothing special had to happen, no grand reason, no surprise. Just one more step into the day. Before I knew it, they were gone. There's an old bridge made of wood, a creek that hums beneath the boards. I stop to watch the water pass, then smile and keep on moving north. The questions haven't all been solved, they're probably somewhere back behind, but they don't need an answer now. They've grown quieter with time. Maybe some things leave so slowly, you only see they're gone when you turn around for just a second and can't remember carrying them along. One step lighter than before, that's all I really know. Things I couldn't put down yesterday don't seem to follow anymore. Nothing special had to happen, no grand reason, no surprise. Just one more step into the day, and somehow I felt light. Oh.
The trail kept weaving through the pines. One more turn, then one more still. Nothing much had really changed, just the sound beneath my feet. Then the branches fell away like someone opened up a door. I stood there longer than I meant, looking farther than before. I didn't find a different world, it had been there all along. Above the trees at last, everything stretched out so far. The rivers, fields, the distant hills, all part of where we are. Funny how a wider view can quiet every little thing. Above the trees at last, the whole day opened up for me. The wind was steady on my face, clouds drifted without trying hard. The hawk circled through the open sky, then disappeared without a sound. I thought about the trail below, how small it looked from where I'd come. Not because it didn't matter, just because it wasn't all of it. Sometimes all it takes is one place with nothing in the way to remember the world is bigger than the piece you've seen today. Above the trees at last, everything stretched out so far. The rivers, fields, the distant hills, all part of where we are. Nothing here changed at all, only what I thought I knew. Above the trees at last, the view had been waiting too.
The wind found me before the view, moving softly through the pines. It tugged a little at my sleeve, then wandered off without a sign. I had a few things on my mind, words I couldn't sort out yet. They sounded louder in my head than they ever did out here. So I stopped talking for a while and listened to the leaves instead. The wind knows how to leave things be, and never tries to make them fit. carried pine across the trail. Turn the grass from dark to light. Pushed a cloud across the sun and let it drift back into white. Nothing there was trying hard, and nothing asked me what was wrong. The day just kept on being the day, and I kept walking on. Funny how a quiet thing can make a noisy mind slow down, not by fixing anything, just by being around. The wind knows how to leave things be, it never tries to make them fit. It comes and goes without a word, and somehow that's enough of it. Some thoughts can keep on waiting, they don't have to settle now. The wind never said a thing, still I walked away somehow. I sat down on a weathered stone, didn't say a single word. Clouds kept drifting overhead, like they hadn't noticed me at all. The valley reached beyond my eyes, farther than I'd guessed before. For a while I stopped looking out and just looked around. It's strange how quiet you can feel when nothing needs your name. Between the stone and sky, I'm only passing through, and somehow that's a comforting thing, not something I need to lose. The world is wide enough to hold every road I've known. Between the stone and sky, I don't have to be anything more. A moss across the rock, small enough to miss it first. Then I saw the little flowers growing where the cracks had been. Everything belongs somehow, the hawk, the wind, the scattered pines. I wasn't standing outside it all, I was one more part of the view. Maybe I've been trying too hard to make everything mean something. Out here the hills don't ask for that, they just keep being hills. Between the stone and sky, I'm only passing through, and somehow that's a comforting thing, not something I need to lose. The world is wide enough, I don't have to feel it all. Between the took its time to clear. The trail was still and cold. I climbed without expecting much, just following the stones. Then all at once the trees were gone, the ridge gave way to light. There were clouds below my feet, floating slow and white. I laughed without a reason, just because I'd never seen that before. Clouds below, the world didn't change today. It was only where I stood that made it look this way. Everything I left behind was still there, safe and true. Clouds below, and somehow everything felt new. A distant peak would disappear, then find its way back through. The valleys came and went again, like they always do. I stayed there for a little while, with nothing much to say. Some views don't need a story, they just ask you to stay. Maybe that's what happens sometimes. Ooh, you don't need a different life, just one quiet place to see the same one differently. Clouds below, the world didn't change today. It was only where I stood that made it look this way. Nothing had grown smaller, nothing had been lost. Clouds below, just a different way to look across. There's a flat stone by the lake where I always end up sitting down. The water barely moves at all, just enough to catch the clouds. I know the week is waiting there, right where I left it all behind. Somehow it can't find this place, no matter how hard it tries. It isn't gone, it's only farther away than usual. Nothing follows me here, not for a little while. Noise can way beyond the hills, beyond another mile. It'll still be there tomorrow. I already know that's true, but nothing follows me here while I'm looking at this view. Dragonfly skims across the lake, leaves a circle, then it's gone. Somewhere deeper in the trees, a bird keeps singing to itself. I don't need the day to change, or every question's appear. it's enough to have this hour when none of them can reach me here. Maybe that's what this place gives. Not answers, not an ending line, just enough room to breathe again before I head back in time. Nothing follows me here, not for a little while. The world can keep on turning without asking where I've been. Tomorrow will remember me, but today has let me go. Nothing follows me here, and that's all I need to know.
I sat there long enough to hear the creak behind the trees. A branch that moved, a bird took off, the wind across my sleeves. For a while I kept reaching, one more thing to think about. Then even that grew tired and slowly faded out. Nothing new appeared. There was just a little more room. When the world gets quiet, something in me doesn't. It starts where all the hurry ends, like it had been waiting there, not louder than before, just easier to hear. When the world gets quiet, I remember I'm still here. The questions didn't disappear, they stayed where they had been, but without every other sound. They didn't feel as big. I watched the shadows cross the ground. The afternoon moved slow. There were things I'd always known that finally sounded like my own. Maybe I was never looking for another place to stand at. Maybe I just needed a day with empty hands. When the world gets quiet, something in me doesn't. It starts where all the hurry ends, like it had been waiting there. I don't leave with answers, I leave knowing what is mine. When the world gets quiet, my own heart is easier.
The shadows moved across the rock so slowly I could hardly tell. A patch of sun reached one old pine, then slipped away again. Nothing here was in a rush. The creek still found its way downhill. The Clouds came over one by one. The day was full enough already. I looked at the ridge for a long time. It never seemed to mind. The mountain doesn't hurry. It stands where it has stood. Morning comes, evening leaves. The seasons do what they should. I stayed there watching for a while with nowhere else to be. The mountain didn't ask for time, it simply kept it with me. The hawk circled in the open air without a place it had to reach. The wind leaned softly through the grass, then wandered toward the trees. I checked the hour out of habit, then slipped my phone back in my pack. The afternoon kept moving on without needing me to track it. Maybe that's why I come here, not to find something new, just to spend a little while with things that never seem to rush. The mountain doesn't hurry. It stands where it has stood. Nothing here is trying hard, still everything is good. The sun moved farther down the ridge before I thought to leave. The mountain never changed at all. Something quiet had changed in me. I emptied out my backpack when I finally got back home. A map, a bottle, one small stone, a jacket smelling like the pines. It wasn't much to look at, nothing anyone would miss. Still something stayed behind. When I put the bag away, I couldn't point to what it was. I couldn't point to what it was, but the room felt different somehow. I carried the silence home, not in my hands, not in my back. It found a place somewhere inside, quietly stayed there. The mountains didn't come with me, the trails were where they were, but I carried this silence home, and it still comes back to me. Monday filled the streets again, phones began to ring. Someone hurried past my door, the day moved like it always does. Noticed I was breathing slow, looking out before I spoke, like a little piece of that morning had found its way back first. Maybe that's the only thing you ever really get to keep. Not the view, not where you've been, just how it made you feel inside. I carried the silence home, not something anyone could see. It doesn't stop the noisy days or change the weeks ahead, but every now and then I smile for no reason that I know. I carried the silence home, and inside it's a little quieter now. 'Cause 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 ' I turned the key, the door swung wide. The hallway smelled the way it always had. My boots were waiting by the wall, just where I'd left them last week. The kettle hummed, the window steamed. That old blue mug was on the shelf. Nothing here moved at all, still something felt a little new. It wasn't in the room, it was somewhere in the way I looked around. Home feels different now, the light falls through the window just the same. The chair beside the table hasn't changed its place. Maybe all this time these little things were always enough. Home feels different now, and I notice them again. The floorboards sang beneath my feet. The evening settled nice and slow. I stood a little longer, watching shadows cross the wall. I poured some tea and sat in silence. Didn't reach to fill the space. The quiet felt familiar, like it had been waiting here for me. Funny how the smallest things can be the first to welcome you. Not because they've changed it all, but because you finally see them. Home feels different now, the same old room, the same old view. The cup, the door, the fading light, all quietly shining through. Nothing here became more beautiful, I just stopped walking past. Home feels different now, and I hope this feeling lasts. A few days slip by like they do. Coffee, work, the walk back home. The streets were full, the lights turned green. Everything was carrying on.
Then a breeze came down the block, caught the branches overhead. For a second I was somewhere else, without leaving where I stood.
It didn't take me back,
It just reminded me. The trail stayed with me long after I walked away. Sometimes it finds me in small moments, in the middle of an ordinary day. I don't have to close my eyes, I wish that I was there. The trail stayed with me, somehow it still feels near. The same old corner store is there, the same old porch across the street. But now I stop to hear the birds before the traffic takes the sound. I catch myself looking up when clouds drift over town, like part of me is still walking where the tall pines touch the sky. Maybe that's how some places stay. Not on a map, not in a frame. What's there between the rushing hours and the small things people miss? The hike came to an end, but something never did. The trail stayed with me, and I'm still walking it a little bit.
This morning feels familiar. The same old road, the same blue sky. The bakery on the corner. The man who waves as I walk by. Nothing here is different. At least that's how it seems. Somehow every little thing has a little more room to breathe. It's hard to point to what has changed. It fits between the words. I'm higher than yesterday, not by much, but I can tell. The world looks just a little wider from this quiet place inside myself. No one else would see it if they passed me on the street. I'm higher than yesterday, and somehow that is enough for me. I don't rush to fill the silence when there's nothing left to say. I let the evening find its pace instead of pulling at the day. A bird lands on the fence a while, then lifts without a sound. I watch it longer than I used to before I turn around. Maybe some changes never ask to be noticed right away. They settle in so softly, you only find them later on. I'm higher than yesterday, not because I've climbed so far, just a little more open than I thought I was before. There's a little more sky inside me, a little less to prove. I'm higher than yesterday, in the smallest, quietest ways.
Some places stay on the map, others stay somewhere deeper. I don't think about them every day until something small reminds me. The smell of rain on quiet roads, a line of pines against the sky, and suddenly I catch myself already planning nothing at all. I don't miss that place, I just know I'll see it again. Nothing waits to welcome me, nothing waits to say I've changed. That's probably why it feels so good to find that place again. It's nice to know that somewhere there's a morning still ahead, one I haven't walked into yet, but already feels familiar. I know where I'll return when it's time to slow my mind. The trees won't ask me who I've been or where I've spent my time. They'll just be there like always, and I'll be there too. I know where I'll return before I even leave again.
Found a place beside the ridge where no one else had stopped today. I set my jacket on the ground and watched the afternoon drift by. No one asked me where I'd been or what I'd done before I came. The trees kept moving with the wind without needing to know my name for a little while. Felt good not to explain myself. Nothing's needed here, not the stories that I tell, not the things I've gathered up to wear like someone else. The sky doesn't ask for more, the hills don't keep a score. Nothing's needed, I breathe a little easier. La da 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 da. A crow crossed slowly through the air, then vanished past the ridge. The creek kept finding every stone without trying to hurry on. I sat until the evening came with quiet hands and quiet thoughts. The day didn't ask me to become anything I wasn't already. Maybe that's why this place stays with me. Not because it changes who I am, but because nothing's needed except this little patch of it. Da 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 da
The backpack's back beside the door. My boots are dry, the dust is gone. The calendar is filling up, the week is quietly moving on. A train goes by beyond the roofs, Someone's late, someone waves goodbye. I stop for just a second there, looking at an ordinary sky. Nothing stayed the way it was. Still something never really left. The mountains will wait. I don't have to hurry back. They're still where morning finds them first, beyond the roads I know by heart. The mountains will wait, even when the days get loud. It's good to know they're standing there without asking anything of me.
Coffee cools beside my hand. A message lights the phone again. The room is full of little things that slowly pull me back in. But every now and then I smile for reasons I can't always name. Like part of me still walks somewhere where the wind remembers every face. I don't need to keep the view to know it hasn't gone. Some places stay with you by staying where they are. The mountains will wait long after this week's come and gone. The same quiet lines against the sky, the same slow light before the dawn. The mountains will wait, and one day I'll be there again. Not because I left myself behind, just because it feels like home. The mountains will wait. The mountains will wait. The map is folded in the drawer. The trail is dust upon my boots. Most days I hardly think about it until I catch that quiet pull. A breeze slips through an open window. The evening light leans on the floor. For just a second something feels slow, like it has happened all before. I don't go looking for that feeling. It always seems to find me first, until they call again. I live these ordinary days. Morning coffee, passing cars, the little things that fill the hours, until they call again. And I'm wondering why some roads don't end when you leave them. They simply wait their turn. The world keeps moving like it should. There's work to do, there's time to lose, but somewhere past the noise of it, there's still a path I never used up. I don't need to hold it tightly. I don't need to make a plan. Some places know your name already, even when you're far away. Maybe that's enough for now, to know they're there beyond the hills. The same first light, the same slow wind, the same quiet waiting, until they call again. I'll carry on from where I am, a little slower than before, a little more awake somehow, until they call again. I know I'll hear them in their time, and when that quiet feeling comes, I'll start packing.